Hi again folks, how you all doing? So here we are again with the Lima 101 DMU that Martin gave me. It's really nice and it's been getting plenty of running time on my layout recently. So first off, I got some 9.5mm magnetic couplings. I just got cheap ones off eBay rather than the Hunt ones for now because I just wanted to have a look at them and see how they worked. But that's brilliant, I have to say. So I just got some NEM pockets and super glued them on with the little magnetic couplings. These ones swivel, which I think is a good idea. Gives you plenty of movement. And yeah, quite impressed with them actually. So yeah, we'll get more of those, but I don't want to fit them to all my locomotives as I want some of them to work with my uncoupling system. But definitely all the coach-to-coach couplings anyway, I'll fit these. But anyway, the main subject of this video is this. A wee while back, Richard from dieseltrains.co.uk got in touch with me and offered to send me CD conversion kits for all my Lima locomotives. I'll put links to those videos in the description along with a link to dieseltrains.co.uk. Richard got back in touch with me and has very kindly sent me this CD motor kit for the 101. So thanks very much to Richard, and if you're looking to convert any of your diesels to CD motors, I definitely recommend checking out dieseltrains.co.uk. Now I have to say, this DMU runs absolutely fine with its old Lima pancake motor. However, it doesn't like my shuttle system, and I really want this to work with my shuttle. It tends to need a lot of power from the shuttle unit to get going, and it tends to stop, and then the shuttle reverses polarity, and it just all goes to hell and back. And given that my Lima 156 runs with the shuttle absolutely fine with the CD motor, I thought it would be interesting to see if this will work with the shuttle once it's been converted. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to try and demonstrate the problem with the shuttle and the 101. As you can see here on my layout, demolition work's been going on. I'm in the middle of rebuilding the station here and putting in a goods shed. But more on that on a layout update video to come soon. Anyway, I've got the 156 here, ready to go in the shuttle. So I shall plug the shuttle in, and in a few seconds it should pull away, just like that. Nice and smoothly, and that'll go all the way around to my other station. Okay, so we'll now try the 101 with the shuttle, exactly the same settings. Plug it in, and nothing happens. That should be moving. I need to take a screwdriver onto the shuttle and up the power to get it to go. So we'll take this to the bench and fit this CD motor and see if it runs any better with the shuttle. Alrighty then. So yeah, the magnetic couplings, a lot of people had recommended them, and yeah, I thought I would get these just to see what they're like. And yeah, so all I did was set the distance between the cars that I wanted, and cut off the couplings, and super glued the NEM pockets on, and it works a treat. I've also cut the front couplings off. A lot of people commented on that. So because all my other Lima locomotives have CD motors, I probably would have got one for this as well at some point. But Richard got in touch and said, "Do you want one?" And I said, "Yes, please." So here it is. Righty ho. So we'll get this off again. Get a few comments on the cocktail sticks. They're actually really good for undoing clips, because you can get them into places, like when I was working on that Class 31 the other day. You can get them into places that you can't get a guitar plectrum or whatever. They've got the varying thickness and very cheap, plenty of them, always have them to hand, so yeah, they work a treat. There it goes. I've got my little exhaust pipes that I put on, just make that a wee bit fiddlier. Okay, kind of annoying how the interior is clipped in so well. There we go. So all we have to do is take this out and shove that in. It's not quite as straightforward as that, obviously, but not far off it. So all you get in this kit is a couple of wires, a bit heat shrink, and the motor in its mount. So I'm going to wire this up same as my 156. The red wire goes to this pickup, and it'll also connect to this wire because I've got an extra pickup fitted to the front bogie. And the blue wire will connect to this wire, which is the pickup on the other side. Okay, just snip that wire just now. So that's the one that will connect to the blue wire. And then that one and that one will connect together onto the red wire. So we'll take this out. That'll lift off. There's the brushes and springs. This is completely reversible, so you know, if you didn't like the CD motor or if it burns out, you can always put this back. And now I need to get this out, like that, and the magnet, like that. And then I feed these two wires up through the wee hole in the casing there. And it should just fit in. I think that pickup plate at the bottom is getting in the way a bit. There we go. I'll screw this into position to keep it in place. I found with my other CD motors that you don't want to screw this on too tightly. So I might have to do some fine adjusting to it, but we'll see. Okay. I think what we'll do before doing anything else is a wee battery test. This should spin. There we go. Obviously the only noise you're eliminating is the noise of the armature turning and the brushes on the commutator. You've still got the gears, so you know it's not necessarily going to make the locomotive run quieter, but in theory you should get better slow speed performance, and it should be more efficient, so it requires less current to power the motor. And that's what's happening with my shuttle, is that, you know, the current motor, you know, the old Lima motor needs more current to make it go, whereas the CD motor, my 156, doesn't need anything like as much power. So hopefully this will be the same. By the way, these are 12 volt motors, they're not 6 volt. You know, some of these kits come with lower voltage motors and diodes to reduce the current, but these are 12 volt motors, so you don't need the diode. Although you could fit one if you wanted it, just to make it run slower. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to get rid of this little black wire altogether. I wonder, is there enough on that? Once that's in position, just let me mutter to myself here a minute. Would that be okay through there? Yeah, that should be alright. So, okay. Let's get rid of this little black wire. Like that. Oh, brush spring, didn't notice that. Let's strip a bit of this off. And a bit of that off. Have to make sure that's through there. And then we shall twist these together. And then solder them onto there. There we go. Get some heat shrink on. Twist these together. Put a wee touch of solder on them. Put the heat shrink over. Job done. Right, now we can put this bogie back on. Now, I want to get some oil into that, into this bearing in here. Get some oil in that gear. Right, pop this weight back in. And let's put this on the test track. Right, does it go? Well, it goes, but the polarity is the wrong way around. I mean, that's wired up the same as my 156, but I think the 156, the motor is at the other end of the locomotive, so it's probably the other way around. I don't know, I need to go and check. Yeah, I'm going to have to swap these wires around. So the blue wire should connect to the back there, and the red wire connects to... Right, okay. It's always the same. When you think something is going to be really straightforward, it never is. You have to be patient about these things. You know, if you've watched a lot of my videos, yeah, it probably all looks if it all goes fairly straightforward and looks quite easy, but believe me, I really should do an outtake video at some point. Unfortunately, I don't really keep what doesn't get put into the video. I don't really keep the files. It just takes up too much space. But I really should start keeping some of the little bit parts that don't go right and put that together for a little compilation or something at some point. Could be quite funny. I need to do a lot of bleeping though. Right, okay, so the red wire wants to connect to this black wire. If I'd been clever, I would have tested the polarity first. But I just thought, yeah, I'll just wire it the same as the 156. But no. Right. Okie dokie. That's better. That's the way it should be. Okay. Right. We need to tidy these wires up. Right, that moves okay, that moves okay. Okay, I'll pop the body back on, being mindful of my pipes at the back here. They have to go around the buffers, like so. And there we go. Okay, let's go now see how this runs on the layout and test it on that shuttle. Okay, so I'm going to try this with the controller first. So I'll just apply the power very slowly. Oh, that's a lot better. That's running with much less power. So yeah, that's definitely running an awful lot better. With the old motor, I had to apply nearly 50% power to get it to go. It would pull away smoothly, but you know, you needed to give it an awful lot of juice. But with this, no, about 10-15% power and it's pulling away. So that's a big improvement, and I do think it is actually a bit quieter as well. So yeah, very pleased with that. But I'm going to try it now on the shuttle. Okay, so plug the shuttle in. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so it's working absolutely perfectly. However, I still have a problem with the 101 and the shuttle. This is where it stops. And it's because the break in my track for the shuttle is where it's there. And because this has the motor in the back, and you know the positive and negative pickup is on the front bogie here, as soon as that crosses the break in the track, it stops. And I really want it to be stopping about there, because where it stops, which is there, you know, the end of the carriage at the back there isn't meeting the platform. So I want this to stop about there. The thing is, get this hit the road. With the 156, the motor bogey's in the front, so my my double pickup, you know, the pickup from both tracks is on the rear bogie. So when it gets past the break in the track, it's way down there, so it's fine. And my rail bus will cut out about there. So it works great for those, but for the 101, I'm going to have to reconfigure my shuttle. So what I'm going to do, at the moment this is an old piece of steel track, you know, it's the old, really old Hornby stuff. So I'm going to take it out and fit a new piece in with nickel track. I'll put a brake in the same place, so I'll put a brake in it there, but I'll also put a brake further down. So I'll have two brakes, and this first one here will be switched, so I can switch it on and off. It's all going to get a bit complicated, but it'll work fine because I actually have a separate power to this side, and I'm able to switch it on and off. So if I connect up the brake to that on-off, that should work fine. I'll just have to remember to have it switched on when I'm using the 101 on the shuttle, and with anything else I'll have to have it switched off. So everything else will stop when it gets past there, but the 101 will pass that brake and stop past the second brake. So I'm going to have to rip out this old piece of track, put in the new one, put the brakes in, wire up this brake, wire up the shuttle, and it should work from there. My next video is going to be a layout update video, and I'll explain in more detail what I'm doing here. So there we are, that's my Lima Class 101, now fitted with a CD motor, and running extremely well, I have to say now. So it's definitely been worth doing. A big thanks again to Richard from dieseltrains.co.uk for sending me the kit. I really do appreciate that. And for anyone thinking of converting one of the locos with a CD motor, I absolutely recommend checking them out. So the link to the website will be in the description below. So yeah, as I say, my next video will be a layout update video to explain what I've been doing and what I'm planning, and we'll see what comes after that. Meantime, we'll catch you later, folks.